I don't care if it's right or wrong. I just want what I want, what I want. Slow dance. I don't care if it's right or wrong. My first love, my first love, my first love. I don't care if it's right or wrong. I just want what I want, what I want. I don't care if it's right or wrong. My first love, my first love, my first love. Okay, slow dance. In the air, we might get caught. If it's a ledge, then I'm 1 foot off. But I don't give a damn what they say. There's nothing they can touch that goes between us. I don't care if it's right or wrong. I just want what I want, what I want. I don't care if it's right or wrong. My first love, my first love, my first love. I want you, I want you, I want something real. I want you, I want you, I want something real. I don't care if it's right or wrong. I just want what I want, what I want. I don't care if it's right or wrong. My first love, my first love, my first love. It's weird.
What was it like to see yourself on the big screen when you first saw the film?
I don't think I knew how awkward I was to the full extent. I was like, what in the hell? But I really liked, I liked the film, and so, I actually didn't see the film till it was done. So that was kind of this unveiling moment. So Chelsea was really nervous, and then I was like, it's awesome. So, for me, yeah, watching it the first time, I was like, oh.
How did you and Chelsea work together? So obviously she's the director, and it's about you. How was that working relationship?
Well, she first tried to interview me, just asking me questions, firing questions at me, and I would just be like, I don't remember. And then she was like, this is tense. So, so I went away and I was like, how about I just write you some stories? So I started writing stories to her by email, and then so she used the stories that ended up being in a book. It ended up getting published as a book eventually, but they were just stories I was writing to Chelsea about, just growing up and things that I probably wouldn't have mentioned in small talk. So, and I very much stayed in the music side, and she very much controlled the direction of the film and everything else, and all of the storyline. So I think we kind of both gave each other a lot of space.
And other things, sort of interpretations of your song that surprised you, that you weren't expecting?
Interpretations of the film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both knew it was pitched to Leah from the NFB as a documentary musical about a transgender musician that has dinosaurs in it. So, we weren't sure how far we were going to this sort of territory, but I think I don't know if it surprised me. Maybe it was really cool to see people I know quite well see it, because maybe they surprised me being like, oh, I didn't know this stuff about you and stuff. So, that was interesting.
And how has it been at Sundance?
Sundance was I think part of my brain broke actually. I mean, it was really, really fun, and it was amazing to see the film go there. We'd never kind of dreamed it would. And but yeah, there was like a moment I was in a dressing room playing a show, and I looked over at this person, and I was like, "Are you Meryl Streep?" in my head, and then I was like, "No, it's Glenn Close." But I think now, I think at the moment she had been maybe looking at me. Maybe I think she might have been like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" at the same moment. So I think we had shared. And at that point, I had to be like taken out to like some cold air by my partner. And I was like, yeah. So anyway, but it was a very supportive, people who brought it there, and yeah. I mean, I think, I didn't know I was from Alberta till I left Alberta, and I went to Vancouver, and I was all like swearing really loud, and like, I don't know. And I was kind of like, and then I started to write country music because I missed home, and then I came out as identifying as male. And actually my good male role models are my mom's brothers, my uncles, and they were like these really tough cowboy oil rig workers. So I can see where like at that point I was like, I'm just gonna like take on these role models. As a 20-year-old, I'm like coming out as a country singer and as transgender at the same time, and kind of started modeling myself a bit after those role models. So, but and then I lived in Germany for a few years, in Montreal, and it started to feel a bit weird to write country music, like when I was living in Weimar and stuff. So it's something that I kind of evolved through, and yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, I think definitely like at the time, the persona of a cowboy was something that kind of sheltered me a bit. Well, the thing about a lot of my family is actually, I have this joke about my work, and if it doesn't go into the Calgary Sun, they'll never find out about it. And that's actually kind of true. But I mean, I think, my grandma, like I speak of her in my book, I speak of her in the film. We don't really talk about the film. Like, we don't talk about me being trans. We just watch baseball when I see her. So I feel like members of my family that I have that sort of like shared silence, where they don't try to convert me to be Christian, and I don't try to tell them all about this musical documentary I made about my childhood with them in it. I'm sure they know about it, and but I mean, I have 4 siblings, and obviously not all of them wanted to be in the film, so there was definitely that, and that's like that's been like a tension. Yeah, but it was really cool that Dan wanted to be in the film, and I thought he did a heck of a job. I was really proud of him. Sadly, I'd like to say it is the same. Like, in general, when people don't know who I am, then they treat me strangely sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, there's all of these different identity politics that play into it. But, I mean, on the plane here, I was like, I kind of do this thing sometimes. I'm like, if I'm getting stared at a lot, I'm like, oh, I must be really famous here. Yeah, I'm really famous in Kelowna, So, but like, I'll just make these kind of jokes to myself. But, I mean, I think, yeah, it's hard to say. I think things are changing, but definitely like, getting on the plane here, there was several things that happened on the way here. So, I'm trying to be optimistic, but it doesn't change a lot, really. I think I personally don't believe fiction and nonfiction are that far apart. Like, when you're writing a memoir, like, how am I supposed to know how much I revised it? Partially, but like, I really think about that a lot as a trans person, especially sort of, going through like a bunch of gender identities and a bunch of sexual orientations. And I try not to look back and be like, I was always a boy, but then I was always gay. And no, actually, I was never a boy. I was a boy trapped inside a gender-neutral person's body, and there was a girl inside that. Like, I've kind of tried to like shed that, and I think in the book and the film, I really tried to just go back and feel the awkwardness of not knowing what I was or how I fit when I was younger. And so, but yeah, I'm sure there's, something in there I forgot or changed. I mean, I think, I feel like I've written up till about the age of 18, and I'm 33, and I have done a few things, but most of them I don't want to share as much. So, I mean, I think making autobiographicals, when I was younger, I didn't really think I had a story at all. I was just like, I'm just running straight away from this, and it's a big mess, and I'm just going to run, and I'm going to try play music. And so I really enjoy the anonymity and and the safety of writing songs. And that's always been my first love, like artistically. So I think I'll always maybe write about myself. But I don't know. I'm thinking about fiction. You know, I'm thinking about songs as a nice resting place. Yeah. So. Interesting. I mean, yes. I've retired from gender at this point, but I suppose people have careers in their retirement, and so I'm not really sure where I'm headed. A comeback. Oh, yes. Like, I'm a man again. Everybody change the pronouns. You're all wrong. No, I don't know. No. I mean, yeah, but, you know, I think, you know, if there's anything I've learned, it's like I'm trying not to close off things to myself, because if I do that, that's for sure what I do next. So I'm just relaxing now for a while. Yeah.